Welcome to the Scientist Legend Loud Guide. This is a duo guide, so you need at least 2 players. It's recommended that one player is a specialist, which is a combination of mercenary and hacker, and that they take at least a few speed hack perks. Meanwhile, the other players should use a standard Juggernaut skill tree. You should both have Rifle Mastery and Sniper Mastery, and you should bring an F57 and the CHA. The Specialist should bring all medkits, while the Juggernaut should bring a Blowtorch, a C4, and 4 medkits. What armor you bring depends on how comfortable you are with the mission, so don't be afraid to start out with Aegis. In this run, we're going to use no armor because flex. When the game starts, the Juggernaut should drop your C4 and let the Specialist take it. As a Specialist, you can also give a few medkits to the Juggernaut since they can only bring 4. Once you're both ready, you should rush forward and kill any Halcyon operatives you encounter. One of you should use your CHA to shoot the basement guard to the floor, which means you don't have to go to the basement. The Specialist should find the control room door and use the C4 to blow it up, but be careful not to blow yourself up. Then, kill any remaining operatives in the control room and start the hack. Finally, camp in this spot between the treadmills and watch the stairs, which is where the enemies will come in. Meanwhile, the Juggernaut should go to the garage, open and close this door so it's unlocked, and use the blowtorch to create a window. Next, the objective is to defend both power boxes until the hack is finished. The outside power box is always in one of these 2 spots, which the Juggernaut can cover with their CHA. However, enemies can always come in through the garage entrance, so this player should constantly watch their back instead of only covering the power box. Meanwhile, the inside power box is always inside one of these 2 rooms, which the Specialist can easily cover. When the hack is finished, it's not a good idea to rush out immediately. Instead, you should take out the snipers near the exit, wait until there's no active waves, and then make a run for the exit. And that's the end of the mission. We did this duo because flex, but it's recommended to have another player in the garage so it's easier to defend both sides. Sometimes the inside power box will get disabled, in which case you'll have to re-enable it. You can actually use your CHA to wallbang the enemy by shooting directly at the marker. Keep shooting at the enemy until your crosshair turns red, but make sure to kill any other enemies that appear. Once everything is clear and there's no enemies climbing the stairs, quickly make a run for it, re-enable the power box, and go back to the camping spot. If the power box is on the right, then this method still works, but you have to aim slightly to the left of the marker. If the outside power box is disabled, then re-enabling it is usually suicide, so make sure it doesn't get disabled. Finally, I would like to clarify that if you don't have any hacker-based character, then you can always use the USB to start the hack. The issue is that the USB takes 5 minutes, while hacking is 10% faster for every speed hack, and it's recommended that you take 7 speed hacks as a specialist. Also, if you're 13 or older, then instead of joining a cringe server like EEPC, I would recommend joining my Discord server, which is linked in the description below. It's the #1 server for hanging out with the rest of the community. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.